Excellent clap.
Thank you.
Aren't you supposed to do this, though? Like that?
Yeah, keep clapping. More. One more. There we go.
Oh, boy.
Always 3 claps. You have to reboot your computer 3 times. You have to clap 3 times. That's the rule. Welcome to the Inside Gaming Podcast, episode 19 for, let me add 2, to August 7th, 2014.
Yes.
This episode of the Inside Gaming Podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Oh.
You can start a trial with no credit card and start building your website today. Well, when you sign up for Squarespace, go to squarespace.com and use the offer code INSIDE to
That's
get
right.
10% off your first purchase.
Another offer code. I love these things.
Inside Gaming Podcast Squarespace website.com.
Video show.
Video show.
But to be clear, the code is INSIDE. INSIDE.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So thank you, Squarespace, for supporting the Inside Gaming Podcast.
I always wondered how you spell that.
INSIDE.
Now I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
This looks like Proteus.
Yeah. How come you're doing this instead of Ninja Turtles? Do you hate
don't know.
fun?
What game is this?
What's it called?
Eidolon?
Eidolon. Because last time we played DayZ and people got mad at me,
Yeah, boy, they got mad.
I was just looking for something that didn't take a lot of thinking. So now we're playing this.
And DayZ.
Oh, get mushrooms.
Get those mushrooms.
Yeah, girl.
Take them.
It takes a lot of thinking.
Now take
You're going to
them.
have to grab his attention. He wanted a game that didn't draw his attention, and he picked a game that immediately draws his attention.
It has mushrooms and
beautiful.
colors.
Let's start the podcast.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
start
start
the
it.
podcast.
All right, gentlemen. The first thing we are going to talk about today,
Is
Assassin's Creeds. All the many Assassin's
there's a
Creeds.
lot of
So
Assassin's Creeds.
we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Unity. We've
Yeah.
got a fire engine in the background.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Of the 3, which would you like to play with the most?
What?
I want to play as the
can't
one
hear you.
where you play as a fireman.
Yeah.
And it's a Templar fireman.
That was a good question.
So
Hold on.
only puts out assassin fires.
I always feel horrible about this because I know that firemen, fire trucks, all that stuff, they're attending to an emergency.
Yeah.
Really
but in my
sexy.
mind, they're just craving attention.
No.
It's always like, look
absolutely
at me,
not.
there's the guy in the back with the wheel doing nothing. And he's just kind of like, hey! And you're just like, God damn it.
It's actually our fault for having an office on the street.
Yes.
That's true.
So-
We should be in the sky or underground.
All right, shut up, Joel. So ask a question again.
So the actual question is, we've got 2 major, maybe not major, but major Assassin's Creeds is coming out this year. Is that too much? I don't know if you guys are caught up. Have you played all the Assassin's Creeds? Is this
Yes.
too much for you? Do you feel like walking away from Assassin's Creed because it's just getting daunting at this point?
No.
No.
I think they're relatively self-contained, so I can kind of jump into one and not worry too much about the story because it already doesn't matter.
Well, now you can.
So-
Since 3, you can.
Yeah, I mean, I see. Well, here's the thing, though. I jumped in late. I played Assassin's Creed 1, didn't beat it. Never played 2, Revelations or Brotherhood.
Oh.
So I never played any of those, and I heard those are great.
Yeah.
But then I played a little bit of 3. Well, not a little bit. I played a good amount of 3 and a good amount of 4. I have never beaten an Assassin's Creed though.
Yeah.
So I've never gotten through the entire story.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I'm fine with just going into Rogue, being like, hey, let's play some Assassin's Creed Rogue, and then play it for a little bit, and then stop it.
Well, the smartest thing they did for was Assassin's Creed 3 by killing off Desmond.
Yeah.
Because that's a bear. I'm dead.
You've taken a serious one.
Surprise.
Just because that to me is what got me into the series. I was already hooked on this whole weird story of like what's going on in the current timeline, and I could tell by I think Revelations probably Ubisoft just stopped caring.
Yeah.
They're like, Desmond is not interesting anymore. And then you had the aliens come in, and even the aliens look bored. And the aliens are like, you know what? Templar, assassins, it doesn't fucking
They
matter.
weren't aliens. They were a civilization that existed on Earth long before recorded history.
Pretty typically, the more I like read sci-fi and fantasy, the more I realize what a trope that is to have an impossibly advanced race that preceded the human beings.
Yeah, yeah.
They left behind artifacts of
Got me hooked.
inscrutable magic.
Whatever,
Yeah.
bitch. After Assassin's Creed 2, I was like, yes. Give me more. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
I thought you were talking to Ubisoft.
No,
Oh, yeah. I
thought
meant
it was
Ubisoft. I'm not saying it was directed at you.
The royal bitch.
The royal.
You said it so nicely though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, like, Assassin's Creed 1 was a letdown for me, so when Assassin's Creed 2 ended, my jaw was on the floor of, like, what just happened? I am so hooked on this. And yeah, it was very tropey and silly and kind of dumb, but I got hooked. That's what got me into the series, was number 2.
It's kind of the TV formula where you have an overarching plot that you just dish out a little bit for every episode.
Yeah.
But every episode is to itself a contained story.
Yeah. I think, going back to talking about whether or not we're oversaturating it, haven't we had 2 Assassin's Creeds every single year for a while now?
but they've just not been.
They've been PSP and
There was
and
Liberation.
different,
Right.
different mobile ones. They just haven't been full, I guess, console releases. So people that are playing the games are already having to do 2 a year.
Having
Right?
to, I like that.
That's only if you're trying to keep up with the entire story.
Yeah.
Which, good luck.
I'd
Yeah.
like to know. Actually, I'd like to kind of like find out the total gameplay time of all the storylines in all the Assassin's Creeds. It's probably upwards of like 300 or 400 hours, right? I mean,
Well,
it's
the
got,
storyline's not so bad. It's all the side
the-
stuff in Assassin's Creed that's the big time sink.
No, I mean, but like
Collecting all the feathers
storyline.
and-
The storyline in 4 was probably what, 15 hours?
If you critical path
Felt
it, yeah,
longer.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, no, it did. It did. I mean, yeah, because obviously I never beat it, but I assume like 3. My roommate played through 3, like just like plowed through it, and it took him. I think it was like 12 hours.
Okay.
So that to me was that's a long single player, and
Yeah.
again, credit to Ubisoft. I think that's awesome that they're giving us so much in this game. So it's funny. People keep asking, "Oh, is it saturated or not?" I don't think it's. I think it's cool that they're giving us so much. We cannot complain about game prices when they're giving us shitloads of game.
Well, this goes back to what James and I were talking offline earlier. We were saying there's always kind of the problem of there are things to do, but they feel kind of pointless.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing they need to tap into. They need to make everything you're doing feel less repetitive. They do that with Far Cry. They're doing it with Assassin's Creed. And I fall for it. I get into the repetition of just building out my boat.
So does
finding
everybody.
more pouches. Yeah, but I think that's what's going to burn me out, not the story. Honestly,
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier, just saying it would be nice if they just set it open world. They just basically try to rip off Zelda, Link Between Two Worlds, where you can buy all the items, all the unlocks right away. You don't have to introduce it through the story, and the whole world's open, and you have 8 dungeons, 8 assassination quests you have to do, and that's it. It's open world. Have fun. Go nuts. I don't need I don't care about the bourgeoisie.
I get it. France.
The tutors or
I meant to say bourgeoisie.
whatever the fuck. I just don't. Whatever.
So here's
I
a
just saying.
question for you guys.
I don't know if I need the historical story stuff. Like, oh, you were best friends with Ben Franklin. Who cares?
Yeah, that's kind of short end. But the good part of that is that they basically have an excuse to take us through any point in time.
That's what. Yeah, and it's
there's-
that's genius on their
There's
part.
still stuff that
Quantum
hasn't been
Leap.
tapped that people have been begging for, like Edo, Japan.
Oh man, it'd be so
Like
cool.
you're basically a ninja assassin.
See, and there you go. You just got me in. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about the story, but I'm like, oh, fucking samurais, that'd be awesome. Like,
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
Well, they've
So then
already
I buy
shown
the
with
game.
Assassin's Creed 4 that they're totally willing to go back in time.
Right.
Because they were moving forward to the
Yeah, yeah,
Revolutionary
yeah.
War, and they're like, let's go back to pirates. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, cool, okay. So they're willing to just kind of go nuts with it, which I'm totally excited for.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see, of course.
Couldn't they
Japan.
go into the future? Like right before, like Desmond's dad or something
Sure.
like that?
Well,
They
I
go,
would.
like, to the future.
I say fuck it. Go into the future.
Yeah, like 500 years in the future.
Yeah.
That's not how the Animus works.
Well,
No,
yeah,
but
what
if this is not an Animus
Have you
anymore.
not seen the film, The 13th Floor?
No, I
I'm
haven't.
going to spoil the ending for you right now.
Spoiler.
So at the very end, he finds out, because this guy, he's going through all this like simulation, it's like Matrix before the Matrix. At the very end, he finds out he's actually in a simulation, even though he's been going through simulations this whole time, and he wakes up in a future, and that's it.
Doc, we gotta go back.
Yep.
Well, except he just puts a thing on his head.
That's what happened.
Michael J. Fox stars in 13th Floor.
No,
Man,
he-
great movie.
Yeah.
So here's a simple question: Rogue or Unity? Which one are you guys looking forward to?
Unity.
Yeah, I mean they haven't shown enough about Rogue.
Also, it's next
Yeah.
gen.
I mean, so how it occurs to me, and I could be wrong about this, but the way it looks to me is Rogue is the naval game.
Yeah.
They're basically taking all the naval combat stuff and making it its own game.
Yeah.
And then Unity is more Assassin's Creed 1,
Yeah.
where you have to move through crowds, climb up on buildings, jump on dudes, and then escape. So which
jumping on
part of
dudes.
Assassin's Creed do you guys like more?
I'm definitely more interested in Unity, partially because of the gameplay mechanics. It focusing on the assassination aspect of things and the stealth and the running and jumping more than the boats, which I kind of got tired of in 4.
Yeah. It's
But
unfortunate.
also the setting is infinitely more interesting to me. And that's a big sell.
But Assassin's Creed Road is set during the 7 Years' War.
I am actually interested in some of the screenshots they put out. They showed like the Northern Lights and stuff. It's like an interesting location.
Yeah, well, he's way up north. Way up north.
But the thing is, like, so my yearly tradition is I usually play through Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed at the end of the year and play it during the Christmas break because I just have nothing but time. I have about 2 weeks where I can just play through games. I don't know if I can do 2 Assassin's Creeds. Z's.
That's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So I might have to pick one, and it's probably going to be Unity because the game looks goddamn gorgeous. And like Bruce said, it's next gen. Or
It's-
I'm sorry, current
Gen, right? That's another problem is that I would play Rogue, but it's not on PC, and I'm typically sticking on with PC. And I loved the naval warfare in 4 and in 3, although I think they made huge improvements in 4. Now that it's in Rogue, I get what they're doing. They're actually forcing you to go back to the old gen systems to play, if you like boats, to play in that one, and then also and then of course you'll get your next gen experience in Unity, but you won't get any boats.
Well, I think what
that,
they did
that
was,
bums me out. Actually.
Well, what they did was smart though, because they know next gen wise, not everyone has it. I'm sorry, current gen. They know there's a huge install base of around 170 million people, 180 million people right now who have previous gen. So it's like, well, let's not leave anyone out. As a business, it's actually a really smart move on Ubisoft's
It
part.
is. No,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. Totally is. But at the same, like I said, it just bummed me out when they told us at E3, yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity's not going to have any boats. It's okay, you're going to stab people. And I was like, I don't like the boats.
I got tired of the boats.
So did
got tired of them
I.
in
But I got tired of everything in Assassin's Creed.
I'm like the one person who felt like the boats were more satisfying in Assassin's Creed 3 than they were in 4. 4 was like, here's a boat, go,
Yeah, they
right?
just let
And they
you go
tried
out.
to litter the ocean with stuff to
Whales
There's
and
another guy on a
people.
raft to
Yeah.
swing by and pick him up, and it means nothing. And there were a lot of cool things, but anytime it got unstructured. In 3, it was here's your mission,
Yeah.
here's your point, get to this point, destroy this fleet,
was a smaller-
get through.
yeah, it was a smaller
It was like a
world.
level design, whereas this was like we can't account for everything, so
Right.
you're just gonna run into stuff, and that made it less exciting for me.
Well, what I liked was the gimmicky thing that I usually try not to fall for, but the like cell phone integration of.
He loved that shit.
I love the fact that you can control your fleet from your phone because, like I said, I was playing a lot during Christmas break, so I had to do a lot of family stuff
And a lot of pooping.
And a lot of pooping.
A lot of pooping.
So because you're eating turkey like nonstop, and it goes right through
Makes you
you,
poop a lot.
and you just ruin the bathroom.
Merry Christmas.
Whole thing.
Love you, Mom.
Ham comes in, bones come out.
But I had the opportunity to continue playing my game, doing the naval combat stuff. There was like an app. You can tell your boats like go over here and fight this guy. It's like,
Send your fleet out for spices.
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of spices.
Yeah, you do.
Like send my man of war, and like you get better ships in the actual game, and then you could send them out using the app.
That's my stripper name.
And
Man of War.
I actually
is
ended that kept me playing mostly.
You know, it's interesting because you did it on the app, but I did a lot of those boat side missions in the game, and it felt
I did too.
so lame.
Yeah.
You're sitting at a screen, you see a boat,
they all
and it's kind of moving, and
they're
then
singing.
and then it's just sitting there, and then there's another boat on the other side, and then it just hit points fall out, and then one boat turns into a broken boat, and it's like you won 10 spice, and I'm like awesome. I never wanted to do that ever.
But it's great for your cell phone because you're like,
Yeah,
this
that
cell
makes
phone
sense.
Can handle the true power of
So-
Assassin's Creed app.
Check this out. I'm going to blow your minds right now.
Okay.
I'm going to compare Assassin's Creed 4 to the movie Battleship.
Okay.
And here's why.
All right.
Assassin's Creed 4 was the first game I ever played, or Assassin's Creed 3, with the naval combat that felt like it was actually done right. So they dropped in naval combat and they said, go, give it a shot. And you actually could control the boat the way you wanted to control it, like no other game before. The same with the movie Battleship. Battleship has the coolest naval action of any other movie ever. You think of another movie that has better naval action than Battleship.
Master and Commander.
No,
The made-for-TV version of Thunder in Paradise.
you're close.
Sequest?
Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Pirates of the
No,
Caribbean.
absolutely. Shut up. Pirate, that's a 3-hour movie with fucking Keith Richards in it. Shut up.
All you've kind of proven is that most naval movies are pretty bad.
Inner Space.
No, I know, but that like I said, Assassin's Creed 4 was the only game that I felt like you could get on a boat, control the boat the way you wanted to control
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
versus any other game that always felt really forced and stupid.
Yeah.
So credit to Ubisoft.
And
again.
cut all the scenes where the guy doesn't have a leg.
Yeah, cut all those scenes.
Cut those scenes real fast.
Are we still talking about Battleship?
I got a
never
deep
saw
question
it, so
for
I
you
have no
guys.
idea. Isn't Rihanna in it?
Yes,
no.
she
Yes.
is.
This is
She's got
Lauren's
awesome
question
lines.
enough.
She's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Sure beats the competition.
and uh-oh.
So they announced Assassin's Creed Rogue. Another white male protagonist.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just realized this is becoming a refrain for the podcast, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Despite there being a kind of a dust up about there not being playable females in Assassin's Creed Unity.
Right.
Instead, what I'm curious about is, as a white male, does the avatar that you use in a game affect your enjoyment of the game at all? So if you play a game that has a black lead, a female lead, even in character creation, do you make characters that look like you, or do you make anybody you want?
I'm going to say that I don't know how it affects me because so many protagonists are white males that it is the kind of thing where when it isn't, I don't really think about it.
No,
I don't really think about it, but I think that's because I'm so numb to just picking up a game and it being some character that I can inject myself into.
But what do you do though? Like Lawrence is asking, what do you do if you get to create your own character?
It depends on the game. If the game it is inherently ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Then I will make a ridiculous character of
Like Saints Row.
any gender, any look, any appearance. If the game takes itself seriously, then I'll probably try and make a character that looks more similar to myself or someone that I perceive to be like a hero type.
Sure.
So
Wait,
that
you're a hero?
no, it's either me or a hero type.
I'm just kidding.
So generically for me, that probably tends to go towards white male, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I always go the opposite. So, like, whenever I jump in, I always try to make a black female. I'm always like, yeah, cool. Like, because I actually like to see what the game will give me when I do something totally weird. And I don't mean black females are totally weird. I just mean, like, in the sense that typically games will do white males, and I want to see if how much I can make this game stretch.
Well, it's also out of your realm of perception.
Exactly, which I like. I like to be able to. It's a video game. That's what you do. That's you go out of the realm of of reality. That's the point. So, what about you, Adam? What do you do?
It almost doesn't matter. It's like I don't typically like to compare films to video games, but it's like the protagonist of a film. I don't care if it's Ong Bak, Old Boy, whatever, someone else from. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of a Spike Lee film.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry movies.
No, that matters.
That actually does matter. I'm saying a film that has like an ensemble where like it just doesn't matter.
Usual Suspects.
They're just characters.
The Expendables.
I'm just saying.
Ocean's 11.
Love Actually,
or
not
the
good
film
examples.
Lucy. It doesn't matter because as long as it's an interesting character, that's all that really matters. Same with a video game. So it's like I remember this was an embarrassing moment in my life. We were doing the Prototype 2 live stream, and the person who was overseeing it was in my ear. They had the IFB thing, and they were feeding me information. They said, "Hey, we had the developers in. They said, ask the developer why they went with a black protagonist." And I did a mental thing. Went, no, I'm not asking that question because it never once struck me as anything.
Right.
The thing that was interesting to me in that game was that the protagonist was going after the protagonist of the first game. Mm-hmm. That's what I was interested in. They're like, but they're like, oh, but he's black. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
It's like it's funny how insecure people are about that sort of stuff. And ultimately, I leave it in the hands of the creator. I didn't make Assassin's Creed. If I did make it, and I wanted to tell a story about a female assassin or Templar, then I would do it. But if the person in charge of it doesn't want to do it, fine. If they're making that decision based on monetary reasons, I understand that from a business perspective, but it sucks that they have to sacrifice artistic integrity for that reason. But if that's not the reason, if that's the story they want to tell, fine.
It's not a good thing to hear, but I think part of it is the fact that we're having a discussion about it is a good thing. We may not be at the point where where 50% of games have female protagonists,
Sure, right.
and 50 have male, and then of that there's a subsection of every single racial group or whatever. But we are at the point where a game with a white male comes out and a lot of people go,
Wait a minute.
Did he have to be a white dude?
Yeah.
Like, could he have been?
Well, that's what Aisha Tyler, that was exactly the question she asked when people asked her, like, what do you think of white males? And she was like, if the story calls for a white male, it calls for a white male. If it calls for a black female, it calls for a black female. Like, it just is whatever the story calls for. Like you said, does it have to be a white man?
And I know the game is technically fantasy, but theoretically it does take place during a time period where equality wasn't of highest priority.
Yeah, exactly.
Thus, maybe in this situation it kind of makes sense that it's a white guy.
No.
Hopefully in the future we can get to a point where we can feel comfortable allowing the players to either decide or fuck it, make it a woman.
Yeah.
That's actually the thing I do eventually want Assassin's Creed to become. I'm in the water, fuck.
Yeah, you're in the water.
I was like, why can't I light a fire?
Yeah.
I do want them to be able to have the technology where you can just scan your face in with Connect 3 or whatever it's going to be.
Cool.
And since Assassin's Creed is so much of like learning about your heritage and combining that with like familytree.com or whatever the hell it is, and being able to like go through the heritage of your family in Assassin's Creed and scan in someone that looks like you, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Because it'd be kind of cool if like it's like, oh, you're gonna play as your great grandmother. I'd be like, whoa, cool. That'd be fun. And at that point, it doesn't matter what the
boring
sex or
shit.
race
Yeah, it
is.
would be.
My grandma's cool. You
And then
shut
I'd
the
have
fuck
sex
up.
with his great grandmother because
You know-
she was hot.
Well, you'd be playing as the grandmother, so then you'd have to have sex with your grandfather, or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I could masturbate.
I mean, yeah. You
Women
could-
can orgasm multiple times, Bruce. It's worth trying one.
See?
Untrue.
That's fake.
What do you mean untrue?
It's a
I
myth.
mean, people have been lying to you.
Well, I'm not saying like within 30 seconds.
If by
I'm saying-
multiple times you mean 0 times,
Yeah.
then yes, you're correct.
And on that note,
Sorry.
it's time to earn some money.
Why don't we play a different game? Load up a
do
different
that
game.
too?
Sure.
So,
by the way,
Eidolon?
No, it's nothing.
It is nothing, but I am kind of enjoying
It was pretty.
It's right now it's a screenshot simulator,
Yeah.
which is pretty nice. I'm like, oop, new wallpaper.
You're gonna have little
So
buttons.
this episode of the Inside Gaming broadcast, which I keep saying for some reason,
It's a
has al-
podcast.
podcast.
But it's fun.
Podcast.
I like broadcast. It makes it sound like a radio show.
Old-timey radio show. It's also brought to you by Naturebox. Naturebox is a subscription service that offers the ability to discover and enjoy delicious and nutritious snacks on a monthly basis.
Which ones are these?
They ship to all 50 states, as well as
most
FPO
of
and
these
APO
are already
addresses and
open.
PO boxes. So basically, you sign up for the service, and they'll send you a box full of better-for-you snacks.
These things.
Yeah, they have
lot of them.
no high fructose corn syrup, no partially hydrogenated oils, no trans fats, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial flavors, and no artificial colors. It's available in 3 sizes at 3 different price points. You can be, oh boy, you can be a deluxe snacker, which means you get 5
sounds
bags
like
for
me.
$20, a happy snacker, 10 bags for $30, and a smart snacker, 20 bags for $50. Your monthly box always ships free. Although Hawaii and Alaska do have to pay an extra $2.
Oh, suck it Hawaii and Alaska.
And each bag has 3 to 5 servings of that snack. So they sent us some samples. We've been
eating the shit out of them.
Yeah, we've been sampling.
Yeah, like the entire week.
Yeah, I mean, share your impressions. What
But
do you
here's
guys
the
think?
thing: we're hungry boys. We eat a lot of food. We eat like nonstop. So these have been nice because they're just little bags of food,
Yeah.
and it's like a few servings of like almonds and stuff like that. Like this is what I have next to my desk already.
A giant bag of nuts.
I eat giant almonds all day.
Bachelor chow.
This gets a little old, so the Naturebox stuff has actually been really good. It's little treats, really good. And they've been kind of like waking us up in the middle of the day. It's pretty good.
Well, we get into the habit of
Just eating them.
we haven't gotten to the bottom of any individual bag yet. I don't think.
No, we haven't.
Because then we just open a new bag and we start chewing on that one.
It's really good. So
Yeah.
far, so good on these. I mean, like, I don't think I've had one that I was like, oh, I don't like that at all.
These ones, the honey macadamia pretzel pops, taste like cereal.
A little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is you.
So,
Hit enter. I tried pressing A.
I mean, I'll interject a little bit. It does sound like we're doing an awfully good sales pitch for Naturebox, but these are obviously our honest feelings.
Well, we're on it. We're not gonna basically put anything on the show that we don't like.
yeah, exactly.
So, yum.
Yeah. So you can go to naturebox.com/inside.
INSIDE.
Yeah, for 50% off your first month. That's INSIDE.
Yep.
Does that work for me too? Can I do that?
Yeah,
No.
I think anybody can.
Nope. You can't do it. Sorry.
I mean, to be honest, I've enjoyed this a lot. And I'm thinking about
where's the
subscribing
cashew?
myself. So.
right there. The
Yeah.
Sriracha cashew.
Sriracha cashew
Those
is
are
the
good.
shit.
So yeah, just to be totally clear, like Naturebox sold some ads on our podcast. One of the guys at our company emailed us, said, hey, they want to send you some samples just so you have a feel for the product, and that's what we've been chewing on for the past week and a half.
Yeah.
So that's where this is coming from. That's how we got these samples. But man, to just get a box of food, I'm down with that.
Thank you, Naturebox.
Yeah,
Thanks,
again.
Naturebox. Can you explain to me why this game's called Ninja Turtles?
And
and
I'm
you're
playing
starting
a
with
woman?
April O'Neil.
Wait, and I can't sprint. Ugh.
Hey, we got your female protagonist. There you go.
There you go. You got it.
This is pretty much the next Assassin's Creed.
See how long you
Jump.
play as her.
This is my great grandmother before she met the Ninja Turtles.
She is fit.
Just squeeze
Okay,
through.
so I went to Dallas over the weekend,
All right.
and it was
Why'd you do that?
the largest social train wreck I think I've ever been a part of.
Oh,
Why I did it? A friend of mine, an old friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, was organizing a big birthday party, kind of like a communal, collected birthday party for everyone that was born in 1984 and 1974. It was kind of a big mutual celebration for everybody that was turning 30 and 40 this particular year. And just all of my old friends from back in Dallas, my hometown, all my old friends were going to be there. So I was like, sure, I'll take a weekend trip out there, catch up with everybody, have some drinks, have some food. It'll be great. So just to
was
start
great.
things off properly,
And nothing
Yeah,
went
it was
wrong.
great. Let's move on. So my flight got delayed by like 4 hours. Not a big deal. I landed at like 5 a.m. The car rental center wasn't open at the time, so I just had to take an Uber from the airport to my friend's place to crash on her futon. And then she was also the organizer of the event. So even though the party was starting at like 8, she was heading over there at noon to help cook.
Oh,
set
shit.
up.
So you didn't sleep at all?
No, I didn't sleep at all. But I was fine with that. I can get by on a little amount of sleep. Basically, when I was talking with her setting it up, she was like, "Oh, no problem. You can go over there with me, but you can just nap and get ready for the party." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds good. I'll take like a nap on a couch. I'll get up and do some party prep. Set out some snacks, get some cups ready, whatever. Just do my part, basically. Pull my weight."
Yeah.
So I wake up. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep. We head over there, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in a relaxing party mood. I work hard all week. I'm gonna spend this weekend catching up with old pals, eating some food, drinking some drinks, and I go in there and I meet the hosts. Let's just say they're very technically minded. It's basically a nerdy couple. They just bought this house maybe a month ago, I think, and this is where the party's being hosted.
Is it?
So I go in. I've met the man of the house before, and then when I meet the woman of the house, and I'm not using names here.
The lady of the house.
Yeah.
You find out that she's a murderer.
Yeah.
She had a giant powdered wig on.
Uh,
And the lipstick was drawn in real sharp. Go ahead.
What? Anyway, so I go up into the room that has been designated the party room because it has a wet bar. And the first thing I see when I enter this room, the whole floor is covered with cardboard boxes.
Okay.
On top all of which is a rainbow of porcelain dragons.
Ooh,
What?
Sounds beautiful.
Some of them are holding like little crystal balls. Some of them are like coiled, their tails are around. Some are breathing fire. There's some griffins mixed in there. It's basically a cavalcade of mythical creatures
And
realized
sadness.
in. Sorry?
And sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds sad.
Hey, you know what? People can spend their money however they want. If this lady enjoys collecting dragons, good for her. Mm-hmm. So I see that and I'm like, I'm already starting to get a sense of the person I'm going to be dealing with.
Yeah.
So I meet
You
her.
didn't know
shake her
this
hand.
person?
Sorry?
You didn't know this person.
This is the
right?
first time I've met her. I knew the husband. I'd
Yeah.
met him before, some years back. But he had married this woman, and they'd moved into a house. And this was the first time I'd been in this house, first time I was meeting his wife. So I shake her hand. I'm like, "Hey, my name's Lawrence." She says, "Hello, my name is Powdered Wig." And
Her
I'm
name's
like,
Powdered Wig.
Oh, reference. Her name's not Powdered Wig.
Oh, game broke.
And the very next thing she says to me is, "I'm going to put you to work."
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And immediately I connect 2 and 2.
She started painting dragons.
Maybe. Basically, the house was not in a state to host anyone because they hadn't unpacked. They had boxes everywhere. Her dragons had to be moved somewhere appropriate.
Of course.
But I'm there and I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, and I just paid a few $100s and took a really shitty flight to come see my friends. The last thing I wanted to do is help some lady unpack her dragons all day for a house I've never even been to and I'll never go to again.
Lawrence, that sounds ungrateful.
Yeah.
I think you should
me?
help her unpack.
See, so here's the deal.
dragons.
I understand that when you're a guest in someone's home, it's fair to ask certain things.
Like what you want me to do with these dragons.
Yeah, like you move all my dragons from there to there. I think it's fair to ask you clean up after yourself. You don't leave trash everywhere. If you spill, you try to clean it up. But beyond that, asking someone to like unpack for you, maybe not so good. So she says that, and I immediately react very negatively. Basically, I tell myself I'm going to give her about 10 minutes to prove to me that she was joking.
Oh, for dragons?
For
She wasn't kidding. She wanted you to help her with dragons.
Just telling me that I'm going to have to help her unpack all day
Yeah.
is basically what I was going to, like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you were joking about asking me to do that. Somebody I've never met before in my entire life. So I'm like, okay. I just nod and kind of silently be like, yeah, you're not going to, but okay. So she shows me around her home. One of the rooms is covered in paintings of World of Warcraft, which is fine. That's fine.
Lawrence, this person sounds like a nerd like you.
I was gonna
she's
say,
a
yeah.
mega nerd. She's a super nerd, and that's fine.
At what
Except
point
that
did you
it
not
also
feel at
accommodates-
home?
Sounds like you're female Tyler Durden. Like she's just been doing all this stuff while you think you've been asleep.
Oh yeah, but it's actually you.
Yeah.
It's me flying back to Dallas on the weekends and ordering a bunch of dragon statues on Amazon.
All right. So what led you to tell this story?
It gets worse.
Get to the worst part.
Yeah, sure. Let me skip forward a little bit.
Like this Ninja Turtles game we're playing.
So maybe 10 minutes later, I'm down in the kitchen. I'm just kind of chilling out. I'm thinking about taking a nap. And then she comes again and is like, hey, I could really use your help unpacking. And I'm like,
Do you ever have sex with this woman at some point?
No, not
Okay,
once.
I just wanna make sure.
My God, I would never. So I say, listen, I didn't fly here to do that kind of thing. I'm here to meet my friends and I'm here to just relax.
You said that to her?
Yes.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Boy, here we go.
Is it bad that I said I don't want to help you unpack your home?
No, it's perfectly reasonable. That's why I'm worried.
Right. I know.
So she just kind of like quietly walks away. And I'm like, well, she probably didn't handle that well, but at least I don't have to help her do house chores. And then about 5 minutes later, the man of the home walks up and is like, hey, I could really use your help over here. And he's like, I got some dishes, could you clean them? These aren't party dishes, by the way. It's just a sink full of dishes.
This is what the guy says?
Yeah.
So did you like fly out to be their maid? What happened?
Basically I did.
Did you have to watch their kids or anything? Like what happened?
And then I'm like, do I really have to repeat myself and say I'm not doing your fucking house chores? So I just kind of like, at this point I've
Whoa.
been stunned. So I kind of walk up and I start doing this guy's dishes. And this is just like soap and water. And he's got a dishwasher right next to the sink. So I'm sitting there scrubbing this guy's cups.
So wait, who are you there with? This man, this woman, and who else?
It's an old friend of mine.
And was the old friend around? Was the old friend doing anything?
She was there helping prepare. She was like chipping in. She was
okay.
totally on board
Alright.
with helping these people get their house in order to host a giant party. But I wasn't, and that's kind of not what was pitched to me.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there washing this guy's dishes, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? And the fact that they don't understand that I said no means I just have to leave. Like, if I don't want to do this guy's house chores all day, I have to go. Mm-hmm. So I did this guy's dishes, and I was like, I'm gonna go get some lunch. So I just walk out the front door, and it's Texas, so everything's really far away. So I walked 1.5 miles to a Jimmy John's and ate a sandwich, and then just kind of hid there for about an hour and a half.
Wow.
And then while this is going on, I'm kind of venting to a friend of mine, being like, I'm really sleep deprived right now, and I'm having to hide in a Jimmy John's to stay away from these weird people. And her house.
I want to be clear on this. You pay to go to this?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
This costs money
It cost a lot of money.
out of your own pocket?
Yeah, sure
Okay.
did.
All right.
So I'm talking with another close friend of mine. She kind of lived in the same area. She's about 5 miles away. I'm like, the party doesn't start until 8 p.m. At the time, it was like 4 p.m. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just walk to your house. We'll chill out. And we did. And it was great. She was playing Civilization. I was watching Supernatural.
Oh, now you're talking.
Couldn't ask for a better afternoon. So, okay, party time rolls around. We get in the car and drive over. And they're clearly not ready.
Well, you should have been washing dishes.
Yeah, I know. They were counting on an extra set of hands.
They may have been, and that was not me. So they were short-staffed.
Sounds like you're the bad guy in this story.
It's gonna get worse.
What, really?
Yeah. So they're running around. The man and woman of the house are haggard. Like I can tell, they are stressed, frustrated.
They needed somebody to unload their dragons, man.
They did. They really did, and I was not there for them. These people that I don't care about. And then, like, I could tell that they were on edge, and I know myself well enough to be like, I should not be around them in this situation because I have trouble being diplomatically silent sometimes.
Less details.
Sorry.
I don't need to know what they were thinking.
Don't you though?
I want to know why you
right.
have to tell this story.
I'll skip forward.
I'm getting really curious, but right now all I can remember is that they have a box of dragons, World of
many
Warcraft
dragons.
posters, and a lot of
You
dirty
ate at
dishes.
Jimmy John's.
There has to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
Jimmy
there
John's,
has to be a foursome in here somewhere.
And that this evil man named Lawrence was unwilling to help them with any of this.
Oh, good.
So what did that monster?
The story's
Lawrence
going
do?
well. So she is still the woman of the house is still running around doing all this weird prep. At some point, she's like putting nails into the wall to hang up posters, like hang up frames. And this is when the party's already started. So, like 30 minutes into the party, people are like talking, drinking beer, and there's just like bang, bang, bang of like her hammering in nails to hang up stuff. And I am trying my best not to be in the room with her, but she wanders into the room where I am. There's like this mirror leaning against the wall. She says, "Hey, can you help me hang this?" And I'm like, motherfucker.
Man, you have made a lot of enemies this
How many
weekend.
times? So I roll over there and I'm holding up a tape measure and she's like nailing into the wall. And I say, I gotta be honest, I don't know why you're doing this right now. because the party's already started. No one gives a flying fuck about a mirror on the wall.
Lawrence is speaking his mind in this person's house. I love it. All right, go ahead.
God.
Yeah, and so we hang the mirror. She just kind of quietly walks away.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
Foursome.
yeah, and then wild foursome breaks out.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess the party can start now that the mirror's on the wall. So I go back to talking with my friends and having a good time, and then maybe 5 minutes later, my friend rolls out, the one that I'm old friends with. She says, hey, I need to talk to you real quick. I'm like, okay. So we go upstairs into what used to be the dragon room, and she says, hey, I gotta tell you, the woman in the house is very, very upset about something you said to her.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And at this point, I'm incredulous because I'm like,
Well, of course you knew that she would react that way, right? Come on.
If you determine that someone's a maniac and that prompts you to say something to them, they'll probably react like a maniac.
yeah, in retrospect, yes.
But I was drunk the entire
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
No, I was not drunk at all.
No, I know.
All right, so she says,
And I really
you
wanted-
hear secondhand that she's upset with you.
Yes, and she says she really wants you to apologize. And I'm like, well, I was struggling to understand what I needed to apologize for. Although I understand coming into someone's home and telling them what to do is not okay. At the same time, she was also kind of obligating everyone around her to help her with her own house chores that she should have done.
Well, she was
a long
throwing the
time ago.
party. That's probably what she was thinking, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what she was thinking, to be honest, because she wouldn't even talk to me. So she basically demanded an apology from me. Otherwise, I don't know what. Otherwise, she would just lock herself up and cry all night.
Did you apologize?
No, I didn't.
So
Here's
she locked
why.
herself up and cried all night?
Here's why. First of all, I'm a proud human being. I know that. It's not the best thing. But second of all, I also know myself, and I know that if I walked into a room with her in it and tried to apologize to her, if she said one thing, if she opened her mouth and one word came out, I would not be able to keep the limiters on anymore.
Wow, you
Yeah.
punch
Put
her?
her right in the punch her right in the jaw.
No, I would just verbally be like, listen, I don't know you, and I came over here to be with my friends, and you tried to, through societal pressure, get me to work for you when I paid several $100s and lost out on a lot of sleep to be here for my
This
friends.
is the Lawrence podcast.
I mean,
love
I
it.
know he's not supposed to be the villain in this story, but it's really hard to hear and not think that he might be.
Am I really the bad guy?
No,
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't have spoken my mind.
Just saying. You did throw your money away to go to Dallas, one of Earth's most notorious locations for being horrible.
Whoa.
I'm reading the Wikipedia article.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah,
That's
there
all.
it is.
It's all there.
You could have just made the best of it. I mean, you were there. You're just there.
You know,
And it's
you
like,
should- here's
what do
what
you, what do you? I mean, doing dishes while you're out there. Not the worst thing.
Here's the thing.
It was more than that. It would have been a lot of heavy physical labor on no sleep.
Here's the thing. She sounds like a maniac.
Yeah.
All right. She sounds crazy. The biggest problem is when you tried to
Point it out to her.
not point it out, but be rational with her and explain like a normal, functional human being why what she's asking you to do is strange. That's where you went wrong. You should have just disappeared, right?
I tried.
Well, you
just disappeared to
smile
Jimmy
through gritted
John's.
teeth, and you go, "Oh yeah, I'll help you with that." You go back to your hotel room and you sleep.
And then show up later when the party's actually started, and then not even address it.
Also, here's another
That's
thing.
exactly what I did.
Here's another thing I would have done.
you
Hold on.
said something
Hold on,
to
hold
her
on. There's a better,
Because she asked me again.
There's a better response to this. A better response is to ask for things from them. Meaning, okay, she's like, yeah, so I need you to hang a mirror. I was like, okay, cool. Well, can I get a drink? And you go get a drink. You go get like a vodka soda or whatever, and be like, oh, what do you need? Like, make sure that they give you something for your time, and then that way you're drunk and hanging a mirror and being like, this is fucking stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then you
drunk
break the
Lawrence,
mirror, and then they don't ask you to do anything anymore.
drunk
You
Lawrence
just-
would
you're
have brooded
screwed.
on it.
I would've
That's
just slowed
the
back
other
down.
thing.
I'm
That's the
not
other
saying get wasted. I'm just saying get on.
No. I was getting wasted. Here's the deal. Like, I came into town to get wasted with my friends, and I knew that, like, once the situation was presented to me, I strategically analyzed my options. I can suck it up and apologize and hope she doesn't say anything, and then the night will go on. But then I'll just have a few drinks, and if I hear her say anything about anything,
You flip out, really?
I'm not sure I would be able to keep my silence.
So what happened? So you didn't apologize.
I
You said
didn't
you didn't
apologize.
apologize. So what happened? Is she still alive, or did she jump off a bridge?
I have no idea. Well, actually,
Awesome.
I know she.
Resolved.
I know she didn't jump off a bridge. I left the party because I analyzed all the options. I'm like, well, I can either apologize and hope she doesn't say anything, or, like, even if she doesn't say anything, I'll still have to be in the same room with her. and I'm afraid that at some point in the night I'll have enough drinks that I'll get honest. And I don't want that to happen either.
You already were pretty honest with her.
Sorta. I didn't tell her that she was rude as fuck for asking me to help her unpack her own shit when I don't even know her. We're not even friends.
Well, maybe not in those words.
Well, now
Moral of the story: don't go to Dallas.
yeah, now
More or
This
less.
this
again, according
podcast
to
is
Wiki-
not brought to you by Dallas.
now that we ran out of time for my drunk story, but basically,
Did we?
I
Oh,
got
shit.
drunk at a Matt Peak party.
Oh,
our
yeah.
editor.
Happy birthday, Matt Peak.
I walked
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
I walked around the neighborhood to sober up. Fell asleep on somebody's porch.
Whoa,
Someone
shit.
else's
On
porch.
someone else's porch. I'd never been. There was a bench lit up by this spotlight on their front porch, and I was like, "That looks
And
like a really
did it
nice
go like,
bench." Yeah, and I went and laid on it, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna fall asleep." I fell asleep for like 15 minutes. Woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on somebody's porch." And then I woke up, and then I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm sober." I realized I'm sober, and
it all worked out.
And I was fine. There you go. That's my story.
You sobered up in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
No, I walked around the neighborhood for like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, because you drove and you were trying to sober up, or
yeah, because it was a really long way away.
You
I
only
was
hit like 2 kids on the way home.
I had
so
2 kids, maybe 3 accidents.
they were
or something
ugly
like
kids
that.
anyway.
They were. That's true.
Yeah, so.
But that was But otherwise, that's something I don't normally do is fall asleep on somebody's porch. But was it your porch? Was I on your porch?
It definitely wasn't my porch.
No,
I
it
don't
was-
live around there.
No, not at all. I went to the same party, and I went with my uncle-in-law, who's we call Tio Hector.
Uncle Hector.
It's Uncle Hector from my wife's side. I dropped her off at the Beyonce concert with her aunt, and so her uncle and I got to hang out. And I told him about this. I'm like, oh yeah, my friend, coworker, he's having a party. I don't know if I could really go because he actually just had a head injury. He had staples in his
Yeah,
head.
he did. They were big staples.
And he wanted to like go party and like hanging out in like Pasadena and stuff. It's like he's an older guy. He's not too old, obviously, but like he wanted to like hang out and do stuff. But I'm like, obviously you probably should rest. Like you got these staples in your head. It's on this party, and he's like, let's go to the party. I'm like, okay. So I was hanging out at this party with my uncle, and we had a good time.
He was a nice
Met
dude.
up with Bruce, and we just kind of hung out. Matt's roommate Richard has this dog named Blue.
Blue, aw.
It's this big dog, and he'll shake your hand. He rolls around, and so he's the cutest little dog. I love big dogs, and I'm the worst person at this because people spend years training their dogs not to jump up on people. And I'm the first person to be like, jump on me,
Yeah,
get up on
You're
me.
not supposed to do that.
I fucking love dogs when they tackle you. That's the best thing in the world. I used to wrestle with dogs when I was a kid, like roll around with them in the grass and stuff. Like, I love dogs.
I brought Blue with me to sleep on the porch. So.
You did?
Oh, did you?
Oh,
I slept
that's
on
such
the
a good
porch.
idea.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Real nice, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I own 2 cats.
So they're probably pretty
very nice.
affectionate.
Yeah.
No, cats aren't.
Oh, right. I forgot they're absolutely not.
Actually, mine is.
Actually, yeah, one of them is Bella's very.
Bella's very affectionate. The other one, Caprica, is
Is a dick.
But she's kind of yeah. Here's the thing with cats. They have parasites that they infect you with that make you love cats even more. So it's kind of unfair.
They do?
Is that
They
true?
lick you. They have these parasites that like
Is that Ebola?
kind
it's
of.
Ebola.
That's Ebola, right?
It's like a lame.
a weird name
It's just
for
the
a cat.
lamest virus, but they make you love cats. So I have the love cat disease.
I like Bella. Bella's really nice.
I know because that's how I licked your face, and so now you like cats.
She's a very nice cat.
It's like
Bella's a
Pontypool.
great.
Most cats are dicks, and she's a
Except
very nice
cats.
cat.
How did you get us to a point in Ninja Turtles where there are no other enemies anywhere?
I didn't get you into anywhere. This game's impossible to play.
Right.
It's not impossible to play. It's
Yes, it is. You don't know where you're going. There's no map.
Oh,
It's
wait,
time
here
for
we
a
go.
second mid-roll.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we
From
go.
Squarespace again. So, Squarespace
wrong.
is a simple and easy utility to design websites. You can drag and drop content. It has 24/7 support through live chat and email. It's located in New York City and Dublin. Plans start at $8 a month and include a free domain if you sign up for a year. It is an all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website, portfolio, and online store. For a free trial and 10% off, visit squarespace.com and enter the offer code INSIDE at checkout, INSIDE.
Right. I've been meaning actually to use Squarespace to go try and start a website and see what we can do with it, because Squarespace is one of those things that, like, a long time ago when I was a kid, I had a GeoCities website, and I loved having my own website. I thought it was so much fun. So I've been meaning to try Squarespace, and at least the drag and drop thing sounds simple. I haven't used it yet, but I'd like to. So
Does this game not have co-op?
I
think it does, but you were hitting at the
Ninja
same
Turtles
time.
is guys. Look, it's kind of broken a little bit. Stop trying to pretend that it's not broken.
No, we're not pretending. We're confirming that
go
it's
back to the
broken.
arcade.
Yeah,
All right,
but here's the
let's-
thing.
Let's move on to community highlights.
Time Warner Cable. What do
You guys say things
Start
on the
game.
internet
All
and we
right.
read them sometimes.
Wait, hold on. He's taking a call for Time Warner.
Yeah. Well, hey, what's up?
It's a survey. It's a survey.
Hey, girl.
The follow-up to your recent visit to our local store.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Hit A.
Cool. Gaming Taylor says, you guys need to play games you actually enjoy on these podcasts. I'm tired of watching you guys play such boring ass games. Let Joel play World of Warcraft, let Adam play Halo, let Bruce play Titanfall, and let James play Battlefield.
At the same time.
Why
At the
Battlefield?
same time. Side note, we know you
this
hate
person
survival
even know
games,
who
so
we
don't
are?
play them. Daisy,
look-
Rust Arma, well, whatever.
Okay, look. To be fair, this is what our third or fourth podcast.
Well, yes,
19.
recently,
What is the
yes.
counter button?
So I think this one we started playing games that we
You were doing it.
kind of enjoy
trying to.
or slightly are interested in. This is less hateful for this one, except this Ninja Turtles game. I am really hating.
Can you tell me what counter does?
I don't know what the button is for
it?
counter. So here's
So
what we're
we've
going to do. We're
taken
going to
your
let
advice
Joel
already.
play World of Warcraft for the rest of the podcast.
What?
Ryan.
You asked for it.
I don't have an account.
Oh.
And we don't have time to download it.
Aiden Pierce comments, a letter to Miss Comprehensive, if you don't recall. She was the one who basically put people on blast for being too poor to afford consoles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She got all upset about it.
Yeah. He says, I am 15 and work at KFC and can afford to buy both a PS4 and Xbone. It just shows that you can save money and not spend it on short shorts and condoms. You can get whatever you like.
You don't need to slut shame.
That was a comment snap.
Yeah, but does
Jesus.
she live at home with her parents?
Oh,
I
nice
don't
job.
know.
That was a spool snap.
Yeah, I know.
He then goes on to say, P.S. Don't talk to IG like that, ho.
Oh, whoa. Called her a hoe.
Unnecessary.
Hey, it's really unnecessary to call someone out for their
Hoeiness?
gender.
No, well, no, that's slut shaming. We shouldn't be slut shaming.
No, we're not slut
Shouldn't
shaming.
I bet if,
Shouldn't be doing any sort
But
of
he
shaming.
would love to go out and make out with a girl every single night of the week.
I bet he would.
And would he call himself a dirty hoe?
No.
No, he'd be pretty proud of himself.
Probably.
So, what's
Joel,
the problem?
Joel, I'm glad you're here.
Because.
Ryuiko Satan asks, what does Joel do? Is he their boss or something?
Yep.
Joel?
Yep, that's it. That's
What
the
is
one.
it? What do you do?
Everybody's boss.
Everyone's boss.
You're not my boss. Or are you?
Spool doesn't even know.
Kind of. I'm kind of school's boss.
Provide a full answer. Like, what do you do at Machinima?
I help ETC and IG make the best content for their audience.
That's condoms?
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Condoms.
Stop slut shaming us.
Although you don't really need my help with content at this point anymore. You guys are still learning on ETC a little
Hey,
bit. Hey, come
what does
on.
that mean?
Shut up, school. That's a command from your boss.
Ooh. Let's listen to that.
And then I play a lot of defense, so nobody in the company comes up to Bruce and Adam and Elliot and Spool and Ricky and James and Lawrence with bullshit. So I build like.
Oh, yeah, that never
Except for
happens.
Joel. He's always coming in here
Hey, I
with
got a
more
question
bullshit.
for you.
Yeah.
Would you like to participate in a 12 episode, 7 season trip?
Yes.
You're gonna have to ask Joel.
Yes. Say yes.
James is good to go.
Ah, damn it.
Knew it.
So to answer your question, go watch Chop Shop, the #1 show you've never heard of.
Up.
All right, this one's a long one, so I'm gonna ask for a little bit of patience here, but we'll get through it. Argonian Ninja says, "Shut the fuck up. Godzilla is the savior of the human race. True, he fucked up Japan, but that was when he was a child then.
I read this
Now
one.
he's fully grown, and as you see in the fucking movie, if you fucking watched it, he was literally protecting the humans on the Golden Gate Bridge when
True.
the mother,
That's
the
true.
enemy alien, was
Yep.
going after Ford, co-main character.
Yep.
He fucking decapitated the mother with his atomic breath and saves Ford's ass after Godzilla won the battle. He
Yep.
left the area
true.
where he was thought to be dead, and
All
he
that
refrained
happened.
from destroying the remaining buildings,
Yep.
and without any more destruction, safely returned to whence he came. So yeah, shut the fuck up. Also, I fucking hate Superman, but he does deserve respect as a superhero.
Quick correction: you never say to whence or from whence. You just say
with
whence he
space and
came.
shift.
Whence he came. Godzilla.
Quincy Jones.
No, Godzilla returned.
Whence he came. Oh, understood.
Well, I mean, I guess I can reply to that, but I don't care.
Counterpoint. Fuck you. Who
Counterpoint
cares?
from Adam. I don't care. All right. Well, that's
Kinda
one
wanted to
movie.
read
Whatever.
it out loud. All right, Kelly loves tacos. Says, like I've said before, Bruce's laugh might be the cure for cancer.
Oh,
It's definitely not.
It's absolutely not. But
Might be the cause.
Aw.
All
That
right, we
might
got
be the
some
result.
fan art. You guys want to tab
Yeah,
out
yeah,
and see this
art.
fan art?
Hold on.
Oh, turtles! You guys are doing so good on the stupid
If only
level.
we had two
I
monitors. in this
finally figured
entire
out what
room.
counter
What is
was.
it?
It's B. But you, but the
first
problem
off-
is it memorizes your inputs.
Oh.
So if you hit X three times,
At,
you have to wait
_jungle
until it does
cat
it all.
666 Jocelyn Esmeralda.
No.
She doodled us while she
You
was
met her
doing
at
laundry.
Comic Con.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And
Oh,
she was
did you?
very, very nice. Her and her boyfriend. Yeah.
Joel
I look
look-
like Lando Calrissian.
You do?
I
You
think you look like Lionel Richie.
Orange, yeah.
Same.
I look like Michael Jackson.
Chewy Richie.
Yeah, Lawrence looks like
I'm
Michael
the most
Jackson.
detailed, which I love.
But Adam has a weird lopsided head there.
My favorite is Michael Jackson Lawrence, though.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
just
Michael Jackson is awesome. Man, that's cool.
You've got really well-defined cheeks.
Also, you look like Bruce. You look like a character from China, Illinois.
You're just
do.
like,
See,
yeah, we know what China, Illinois looks like.
looks like
knows
this
that.
guy.
I do. You're right.
Hey, how you doing? It's me, Bruce.
I do look like that.
And then Chaser Dumb.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! Why am I
Joking
bald? I don't understand.
I think he just forgot.
I think he accidentally painted out the hair.
That's actually
Nope,
that's
that's-
the best James I think I've ever
Except that
seen.
your eyes are.
I'm really glad that I took that picture 8 months ago, so that way it's the only picture anyone ever uses of
You're
me
wearing
for
that
anything.
shirt today.
Yeah, you see what he wrote on the shirt though?
Derp.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
I like that
saw
Bruce
it.
has serious balding going on.
And I also
he's
don't have a
gi-
shirt. And
he
I don't
has
have a shirt on.
Well, a giant shoulder.
Oh yeah, giant shoulder.
You can't see he has one baby arm, but it just has that giant shoulder. That's amazing.
It's awesome.
That's good chaser armor too.
Reddit user CHSF drew us as Beavis and Butthead.
Yep,
Awesome.
this is pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
awesome.
great. If
my
Kippy, it's always a red letter day when she can contribute some fan art.
Uh-huh.
This amazing
Oh,
photo
yes. This
Whoa,
one.
oh, that's
I love
this is the one you requested.
Yeah.
summarizes our run of Chaser pretty
Oh my
elegantly.
God.
I
There's a
feel
whole lot going on
bad
here.
because she put way too much work into it. She put more work into this photo than the developers of Chaser put into Chaser.
so good.
And then
Oh.
Train 1-1 just gave you guys all sausage lips.
Look at my superhero. I have a shirt that says J.
Joel, you look
Joel
like you're
has-
wearing a nightgown.
Well, yeah, he looks like a Littlefinger with a sleeveless jacket.
It's summer in the fingers.
Oh yeah.
Am I wearing a middle finger T-shirt?
Yeah, you are.
And apparently
and I'm
drinking
like kind of
wine.
happy, or like I just got
And
punched.
it looks
or
like you're
something?
drinking something.
Like a
there.
Bartley
It's
and
like
James.
adventure
It
time.
looks
It
like
is.
I think I'm pouring Worcestershire sauce.
Again, this is the second time Bruce has been drawn with a mustache that doesn't touch in the center.
Yeah, like a pirate mustache.
Yeah.
Or little finger mustache.
Or a little.
Whoa.
And
Oh,
then
dear God.
Reddit
Yes.
user LJ Foulball.
This is great.
So this was a continuous line drawing, a blind continuous line drawing. It's kind of an art exercise. Joel, you're probably familiar with
this
this
is actually
exercise.
awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like it.
The fact he wasn't looking at the canvas while drawing this one continuous unbroken line, sketched very identifiably and also grotesquely you guys' faces.
I really love this.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's
So
cool.
here's
Except for
the-
my nose.
So the thing is, I have two aunts on my mom's side, and they went to art school, and I would see this art all around my grandparents' house. It actually reminds me of my childhood in a really weird way.
It looks like the artist who did the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
artist.
yeah, that's exactly. what it looks
Pablo Picasso, right?
like. Oh yes.
Do you think that'll
Oh.
ever be in a museum?
Oh
Dipstick
yeah.
1 of 5 returns.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Let's move over to the
We
highlight.
put this
Joel-
in, I guess
Joel
it's
is-
metal.
Joel is using his own breast to his advantage
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
his giant
Yeah.
metal appendage.
Although,
with-
as we said earlier, I'm ashamed.
I listen.
I'm blushing.
I said
embarrassed.
right now, Joel has the best body out of all of
Yeah,
you.
he does.
Yeah, but my boobs are so fake. I hate fake boobs.
No,
No, they
Maybe,
look
maybe they're
good.
just pushed up.
I think
I want
you're
tiny
holding
tits.
them. You're holding them up. Well, that's not even on the table.
No, yeah.
All
I
right,
want little
that's not even on the table.
No such thing as tiny
with
tits.
cone
But
nipples.
Bruce's were spilling out,
Yeah, they were
just
huge.
disgusting,
They were
and
massive.
Lawrence's is well. First of all, Lawrence is wearing a bra, which I disapprove of.
Terrible shaking as well.
But I like Joel's because he's still got a perky little body right there,
really
rocking
nice.
bod.
Really,
And
really nice.
the artist said that the robot penis was your idea,
I do
Joel?
not remember that at all.
He said it was your idea.
My favorite part of the whole drawing is the meter on the penis.
Yeah, so you see it's full.
It goes from red to green, and that one's full. That's
Yeah,
full,
yeah.
right there.
Ready to go.
That's ready to
Do
go.
you think you
I
think
can
you can
tape
like
up myself.
Wait, do you
Oh.
think you can take it off, or is it like metal around
No,
surrounding
it goes
the penis?
it hooks inside.
So it's like you latch it in.
I just
I can feel, yeah.
I assumed that was your actual dick. It was like your cyborg.
It attaches to your spine.
Yeah, well, I've got like.
When it gets excited, it
plug
pops
and
out.
Oh.
Hooks inside.
Oh, okay.
It's USB.
Yeah, and it plugs into my
Gotcha.
coccyx.
USB.
Oh, okay.
3.0. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, so Reddit user Cuboid.
These are cool.
Yeah.
These are cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves special mention for spelling all our names correctly.
Yeah. Right.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is-
Ralph, you're right.
It doesn't happen often in fan art.
Some people don't even get actual pictures of me for their fan art.
That's your brother.
This is actually a lot of good T-shirt art this week.
That's true.
We had a lot of really good art
Really
this
good
week,
art.
actually.
This one's not a bad one. And then we've got the magical.
Jeez.
Oh,
Right.
dad ass!
Tiny tits.
Oh yeah.
Bruce has a pancake ass.
Yeah, I love it though, huh?
God,
You can see the giant dimple.
none of us are right for those outfits.
all of your heads. Adam's head is tiny, and the other two heads are giant.
If you had to have sex with one of those three, which would it be?
Also,
Adam.
Adam,
James.
definitely
Yeah,
Adam.
it
Yeah.
also looks like someone twisted Bruce's head.
Yeah.
Look, if you move from side to side, Bruce never stops staring at you.
Wait, what am I holding there? What is that? What's on?
What is
that?
Sort
that?
of cat charm.
It's a cat charm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
wow.
cats.
Yeah, aren't you like cats?
I didn't know that. Okay.
With Bruce's
I feel like if we,
I don't know. I like James's outfit more than
Yeah.
James' outfit's awesome.
I like the high collar.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You guys
but
are all
it doesn't
impeccable
really.
like wax.
sexy cheerleader vampire.
It doesn't
Yeah.
accentuate my small, painful-looking breasts.
The problem is, it looks like one of them's gonna pop out any minute, and they're gonna look completely lopsided,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
like one's gonna be tiny, the other one's gonna have a little face on it.
Did you notice that they also use the Bleach logo?
Yeah,
the princesses. Oh, it's beautiful.
so good.
Just so nice.
really great.
Well done.
Then longtime fan Katie Bacon.
Yep.
through
Yeah,
the
you
IG
bet.
tower.
Jesus Christ.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
Subtle. That's what I like about it.
Our gameplay ended up with a giant hole in the ground, but our fans brought it to realization. And then
Yeah, this was
Hefter
awesome.
Swagster
This was so cool.
That's
drew
awesome.
Steamboat Brucey.
That
yeah.
is really cool. I like that a lot.
Bruce's Journey of Magical Bullshit.
I'm gonna put this out here right now. If you draw fan art of any of us, go ahead and @tag all of us in it, so
Yeah,
that way
please.
we get to see it.
That's because that's right. He didn't. I don't think he
We
had
don't
tagged
see
you
half
guys.
of
I've never
stuff,
seen this
yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The SS
If you could do
Wheeze.
all of us as old school Disney characters,
Old-timey.
Yeah.
that would be great. As Steamboat Willie types,
Yeah, Bosco.
like gloves for no reason.
We are officially volunteering your time to
No,
draw
so
more of
please,
those.
Draw more of us.
For our own self-aggrandizement.
So vain.
Then there's more conductor fan
Yes.
art.
I can't
From
believe
Reddit
this
user
one video
Catarone.
is still living on.
I
How
know.
many views does the conductor have, Adam?
It can't be that many.
13.
Yeah, it's
13
not,
views.
I'm sure it's not that
Look
many.
it up real quick.
I like how he's got a little laser eye with a trail.
I thought there was blood coming out of his eye.
Oh, I guess it might be.
I
Oh
love it.
yeah, I thought he was pissed off so crazy that his eye was squirting
his
blood.
vessel exploded.
I interpreted it as a light trail.
A-Train 8.
Now, a lot of people want us to replay this game, but I don't think they realize the magic that is A-Train. That
Well-
it caught us on surprise. Like it was a surprise that we found this one. Wow,
wow.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah,
No
actually.
wonder.
Oh, 350,000. Holy
That's a
Jesus.
lot.
Jeez.
So that's not the only game we played.
Yeah, that was part of a Steam roulette where we ended up going on afterwards and playing
Oh, yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
other games.
Yar's Revenge. There it is. So here's the reason this was funny. I'll tell you that there's only one reason. The night before was the Inside Gaming Awards. And the night before the Inside Gaming Awards, all of us together got drunk.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen very often. We don't always all get drunk together.
Like someone's have to drive.
And then, so we all took cabs and we were all cool. The next day, we all came into work. We had to work at like noon. And we were all still hungover and kind of punchy. And so when James started talking about the game and Adam started breaking it, we just couldn't. I lost it. I could not stop laughing. So it was basically the exact opposite of the way you should ever play any of these games, and that's why it was funny because we were
For some reason, I thought we played more games than just Yar's Revenge.
We
but-
did.
No, we did. We did.
play-
Afterwards.
We did?
Afterwards, we played.
Oh.
We played about probably like 5 or 6 other games
But-
that I just.
But this
cut
one was
Yeah.
so
because
Okay.
it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the James calling out the vague Japanese,
Oh, yeah.
vaguely looking Japanese person
It was
saying,
really sad.
Yeah.
he's like, I noticed you bulldozed my house. Do you need some help with that?
Yeah, that's.
And then he just becomes
He's
sad.
Asian, but not scary Asian.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed this video has lived on as long as it had. So that's great. That's a testament to you guys. So
It is actually one of my all-time favorite videos. So thank you for making more art for that. That's pretty amazing.
And then finally, we are animated. Just like Rooster Teeth, the Inside Gaming animated adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Black Nerd's been doing this a
Yes,
lot.
this was cool.
I love the look that
Yes,
he's got
it's a
going
great
here.
look.
Definitely.
So I was writing this to him half asleep last night, and I never finished the Reddit post. But I noticed he was saying how he animates this, which I think is through After Effects, which is like the least efficient way of animating for a timely manner. But I'm throwing this one out there. You guys can back me up on this or not. I was saying if he can replicate this and get it up to like a minute and a half and do this once a week, we should talk about
Pain.
some sort of like we should get him paid for doing this.
yeah, why not?
Or something.
once a week.
I mean, if there's a way we could subsidize his job or school or something like that, we can help him out a little bit. I would love to get a weekly animated series on and in that style because I freaking love it.
Hey, what's that single leg deads video?
Let's check this out.
Click on that.
Oh,
Are we gonna get a takedown on this video because
it's
we
fine.
watched a hot workout video?
So,
All right, I'm done.
Oh,
while you guys
that's
are watching
horrible.
this, while you're watching this lady, work
She's
kettlebell
hurting her back.
Done.
and be really bad at it.
Oh, that's not how you kettlebell.
We got a post roll to read, and it's the survey. If you guys have already filled it out, you probably don't have to fill it out again.
Nope,
But
you
here
don't
we
have
go. Let's do this thing. Help Inside Gaming stay free by completing a short anonymous survey. It'll take about 5 minutes. Your answers will help us match our show with advertisers that fit your sensibilities. Listeners who complete the survey will be entered into an ongoing monthly raffle to win a $100 Amazon gift card. They promise not to share or sell your email address, and they won't email you unless you win the gift card. So we ask you to go to www.podsurvey.com/inside-gaming. www.podsurvey.com/inside-gaming to take our survey and have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the survey. So, and as always, thanks again for filling out that survey. I know every week people are doing it, so we really appreciate it. I'm sure it helps us out as well as our advertisers. So, thanks again.
Yeah, and update on the podcast. You guys have been kicking ass, downloading it, watching it, all that stuff.
Yeah, you really have.
We're hitting our goals on everything,
Yay.
so please help us keep it up by you keeping it up, because you guys are freaking amazing. We've been skyrocketing on the charts on iTunes.
And then dropping like a stone.
And then
Dropping like a stone,
skyrocketing
and then
again.
coming back and then
I mean,
dropping
the
up.
only
We're
way
still not
to
sure how that
the
works.
only way to crash is to go really high up, right? That's the old saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you're on top, you can only go down.
My drunk grandfather used to say
Whatever that means.
What?
Let's all go down on each other.
Well,
No.
See you next week.
Till next week.
Till next week. I love you guys. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
that should be our sign off. We go.
Nope.
Yeah.
We all kiss
Every
at the
time.
same time.
No.
I,
You
like,
mean
I,
together?
I want to do the finger thing.
That's more Joel's thing.
That's disgusting.
That's also
That's Broadway.
disgusting.
No, that's not gonna make it.
Turtles.
Question.
Sorry, Joel.
Joel, we're not talking about this for an hour.
Thank
you
God.
douche.
But what he was talking to specifically was the commentary or the discussion that happened around Far Cry 3 about how you're a white protagonist descending upon an island of brown people and you save them all with your white broiness.
Once you're on the edge, you can do whatever you want.
But would they be like, "Oh, you're in big trouble"?
Well,
now?
no, because you signed a release.
Like shitbag experience. It's not fun for anybody. Talk to anybody who's been to Comic-Con. The only fun I've ever had at Comic-Con, and I've been 4 or 5 times, is when you're not at any of the panels and you're not on the floor. You're in the way back where the independent comic book people are.
Like I'm paying $5 a month on my. Who cares, right? And then that way I can play Titanfall 2 whenever I want, and they'll have me forever.